Hey guys, welcome to my channel Pure Patterns. This is CP. In the last video, we discussed what technical analysis is, how it is done based on the price, volume, and indicators. Right, these are the parameters where you can do apart from the data. Right. So I intentionally skipped one part of it, that is where part of it. Right. I said so much about uh, you can forecast the price, right? You can forecast the future price, uh, future price of a stock, right? or or any instrument, any you can forecast the price of any instrument uh, uh, based on the historical activity. That's what we discussed in the previous video. But when I look back and ask myself a question, uh, if I were to do the technical analysis based on the volume or the data or the indicators or the price, where should I do that, right? That's a question which we have to answer, right? So today's video, it's gonna answer that question: where are we doing our technical analysis? Okay, before we jump onto that topic, let's see what's agenda for the today's video, and then we'll jump what it is. So today's agenda would be, as I said, where we do our technical analysis, right? So we do our technical analysis on the chart. So we would see what chart is, how do we draw the chart, how do we draw the price, how do you plot the price on the chart, right? What are the different types that we'll discuss in the upcoming videos. For now, we'll only discuss what a chart is, and we'll learn simplest of the charts which is used in technical analysis, that is line chart. Okay, and we'll also learn what time frame is. When once we know what chart is, then what time frame is a bit easier, and then we'll understand what are the different time frames which are available. Okay, and also we'll learn what are the different uh, trading styles, or what are the different trading types which are often seen in the trading world. Then we'll have a glance on best time frame for intraday, or be it intraday or positional, whatever it is, or what are the best time frames you have to look for. And to end off with this video, we'll also discuss some common terminologies which are often used in trading world. Okay, so this is our agenda, right? So without making any delay, I'll understand what chart is, how it is run, right? So we'll move on to the next slide and see what it is. We'll start off by going through the definition, and then we'll take a simple example to understand what this chart is, right? So what is a chart? A chart is a graphical representation. Okay, what you can see is a graphical representation of the price movements or the price fluctuations, you can say, traded over a certain period of time, right? That's your chart. What it does, it gives you the pictorial representation of the trading activity over the time period which you have chosen. Okay, it is as simple. If you break down this definition, it says nothing, it's a graphical representation, that is your pictorial representation. You see the price movements in the form of the picture or the graph over certain period of time. It is as simple as that, right? In technical analysis, there are so many charts. Okay, some people see candlesticks. Most of the people rather see candlesticks, bar chart. There's Heikin-Ashi, there's Ranko. Okay, all there are different types of charts. For this video, you just don't worry about all the other charts. Okay, we'll only concentrate on one of the simplest charts in the technical analysis, that is called as line chart. Okay, so in this video, we'll learn what line chart is, okay, how to draw this, and how to analyze the price based on the line chart. So I know this video is for the beginners. So most of the beginners uh, should know before they start analyzing the price based on the charts. They should also understand how it is plotted, right? So if you understand how the line chart is plotted, then you can slowly move on to other charts and understand how it is plotted. Once you know how it is plotted, it is very easy to analyze, right? So that's the whole motive of making you understand how it is done, right? So before we get on to what chart is, let's take a simple example and understand how it is drawn. Okay, what you are seeing on the slide is the price of the petroleum or the petrol per liter over 10 months. Okay, as of today, when I'm recording this session, it is 108. So if you see the price of petroleum or the price of petrol on 31st of Jan, it was 89, and on 31st, that is closing of 31st, that is whatever you are seeing, that is the end of that month. Jan 31 is 11:59 p.m. Okay, so for all this whatever you are seeing, that's a petrol price closing of that month end, right? So on Jan it was 89.19, and in the March it was 93.57, and on closing of May it was 97.43. On closing of July it was 105.31. On closing of September, it was 105.15. So why am I showing all this? Okay, with this price, this was the price, right? This was the price of the petroleum traded over the months, right? Over last 10 months. So this is the price of the petrol. So how do we draw a line chart based on this? So whatever you are seeing is a closing price, right? Closing price of that month. So in the same way, whenever you are drawing a chart or a graph, what it requires two parameters. Okay, two axes. So first we'll draw one axis. Okay, this is one axis. This is called as y-axis, right? The other axis which I'll be drawing is x-axis, right? Uh, so we are studying the price movements with respect to month, that is time. So this x-axis will represent the time, right? And we are studying the fluctuations of price. This represents, y-axis represents price. Okay, some people draw it here, some people draw it here, so just don't worry. Okay, whether you draw it here on the left side or the right side, both represents y-axis, so just don't worry and don't get confused. Okay, so I'll mark this as Jan. Okay, and this I'll mark as March. This I'll mark it as May. This I'll mark it as July, right? This I'll mark it as September, and this is your October, right? And when you're plotting the price, price is 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, and 108, 110. Sorry. So simple line chart is drawn by plotting the closing price, right? What is the closing price of Jan end? Jan end was 89. 89 falls somewhere around here, right? So I'll mark this point. Okay, now what is the closing price? We are intentionally skipping February, okay, in the interest of the time, so and the space. So what was the closing price of petrol at the end of March? At the end of March is 93. 93 falls somewhere here. Okay, it's approximate. Okay, so what is the closing price of May? It was somewhere around 97. 97 falls somewhere here. And in July, what was the price? July, it was somewhere 105. 105 falls somewhere here, right? What was the price? It was again 105, close to 105. And what is the price today in the October? It is 108. 108 falls somewhere here, right? So if you were to if we were to draw a line chart, what you'll do, you'll try to join these points, right? So the line, green color line which you're seeing on the screen, I'm trying to join these points, right? So this is how a line chart is done. Let's go to the chart and understand uh, how this chart looks like in real time when you are doing your technical analysis, right? That is also important. Oh, okay, let's understand by taking an example on the chart. Okay, whatever you are seeing, what I said, whenever you are plotting a chart, you require three things. Okay, uh, what 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 is the instrument? Okay, that is underlying. What is the underlying? Okay, second is time horizon. Okay, and the third, on what, if you are doing the analysis, right, on what you are doing your analysis, that is price. So let's see where we have the underlying. What we are studying here is SBIN. Okay, uh, what you are seeing on the y-axis is the price. Can you see this? 450, 425, 400, 475. This is your price. What you're seeing on the x-axis is the time, right? This is 2021. This is Jan. If you see at Jan, it was trading somewhere around 300, right? So in the March, if you draw this, so if you see, it was trading somewhere around 400 rupees. In the May, if you see again, it was trading somewhere around 350 rupees. In July, if you see, right? So what it is, how it is done? Uh, you know that the SBI is a bank, okay, and it is listed in NSE and BSE as well. For this, we are seeing NSE chart and traded over NSE, okay, on Trading View. So every day the stock is traded, every day at the end of the month, right? What is the price they have plotted here? At the end of March, what was the price they have plotted here, and they have joined this. Okay, the same way what I have explained for the previous example. Uh, uh, you have to take the closing price of each month end and draw the dots, uh, plot the price, and join the dots. You'll see this line chart, right? So this is as for the monthly chart or the month. This is though it is a daily chart. Okay, uh, um, the time frame which you are seeing on the bottom as the time. Uh, it depends upon what time horizon you are choosing. Okay, it can be anything. You can you can choose weekly if you are analyzing the weekly data. You can choose monthly if you're analyzing monthly data. You can choose 1 hour data, 4 hour data, right? So you can see, you can, whatever you are seeing here is the time horizon. You can change that. If you click on this in the trading view, uh, whatever you are seeing, right, you can change that to whatever you want to trade. So you can see what are the price fluctuations for 1 second, 5 seconds. So if you are your time horizon is 1 second or 1 minute or 5 minutes, you have to plot the price after closing of the 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minute, fifth minute, what was the price? Let's say if the price was 300, then you'd plot that on the price chart, and then at the end of 10th minute, what was the price? You'll mark the price, and then you'll move on, right? This is how it is done. Okay, this is simple line chart which we have studied. So there's nothing. If you want to see the price in the bottom, can you see what is the date? It was 28th December 2020, and the price was somewhere around 265. Okay, the same way on 27 Jan, the price was 273, right? Close to 273. So this is how you read the chart. Okay, uh, but now you just don't worry how it is drawn. uh, just understand how it is drawn. in the upcoming sessions we'll understand how we can draw that. Okay, so that's about the chart. Okay, so the next topic which we are discussing is time frame. As I explained in the previous slide, the time frame is the time horizon. Okay, if you are doing your analysis on monthly chart, right, then time frame is monthly. If you are doing your analysis on daily chart, then your time frame is daily. If you are doing your analysis on weekly price movements, then your time frame becomes weekly. Okay, it defines the time period. It defines the time period for the trading activity. Okay, if you have, if you get so many data points, how you divide your time frame, right? You want to narrow your uh, uh, price activity, then you lower your time frame. If you want to broaden your the price activity, then you'll go to the higher time frame. Okay, uh, so this is about time frame. What time frame is, as I explained, whenever you are doing your technical analysis, it is done based on the time horizon. You should never forget. In the previous class, I said that the price and volume, price, volume, and indicators, right? Uh, so these are the three things which you can plot on the price. But when you are doing the analysis, it is always the time horizon which comes into play, right? You should also always keep time horizon in the mind and forecast the price. So you often see the TV analysts or the traders or the business analyst making the statement that uh, for this time horizon I am so and so, that is for next 2 days, right? I think the prices of SBI and or Reliance might go up. So whenever they're making the forecast, they always make the forecast based on the time horizon. Okay, so that time horizon is your time frame. So if they are making anything, if you are forecasting the price, then you should always keep in mind for which time frame you are speaking about. Okay, so what it gives, what time frame gives us, it gives us what is the trend. Don't worry what trend is, we'll have a separate session for that. For now, trend is something which if the price is going upwards or moving higher and higher, then it is called uptrend. Okay, if price is moving higher and higher, then it is called uptrend. The price is moving lower and lower, then it is called downtrend. So what time frame does, it helps us to understand what is the trend. Okay, it's the first usage of the time frame. And the second usage would be how long, if you have taken a trade based on certain time frame, how long would you hold that trade. It helps you to understand that. Okay, this is very high level. Don't worry, when we actually practically do this in upcoming sessions, how we take the trade, then you'll understand the time frame. For now, you just understand time frame is the time period in which you are seeing the trading activity. It is simplest definition I can give it, right? Let's move on to the next slide. Next slide is bit interesting. I want you to just see this. Pick this image is of ice cube. As you can see, I want you to question yourself, uh, if it is kept in the room temperature without adding any preservative or chemicals, how long this ice cube can last. That's a question, right? Same thing goes to this. Sorry, same thing goes to this. What is this? This is a cupcake or some call as muffin, right? How long it can last at the room temperature? This is the other question you ask yourself. And the next question is this. What is this? This is biscuits, cookies, right? So what is this? This is biscuits, right? Though it is open now, just take that's a packed biscuit. I cannot put the brand and show it on this video, so just open it and give an snapshot here. So assume that this is a packed biscuit. How long does it last, right? You question yourself. And Take a moment and understand what are this. There's no packing, but you can just think these are the gold biscuits or gold coins. Question yourself, how long does it last? So if you analyze all this, if you're wondering why I'm asking all those questions to you, because we are going to discuss our next topic, which is types of trading, right? So based on the holding capacity or the holding time frame, the holding time horizon, we define the types of the trading. There are four types of trading types. There are four trading types. One is day trading, the other is swing trading, and the third one is positional, and the fourth one is the long term. If you correlate that, right? Correlate that. Let's go and understand. Let's find the answer for the questions which I have asked, which you saw those, right? The question was simple: how long it lasts? I mean, if depends upon the size, right? Depends upon the size. If the size is huge, it can last for few hours, right? Few hours. Everybody agrees, right? If it is a huge one, it can last few hours. If it is the small one, it can last for few minutes, right? If the question was how long does it last, then it lasts for few hours or to few minutes, right? Going on to the next slide, what uh, it was simple, right? So how long does this last? How long does this last? Maybe the best case scenario or worst case scenario would be 3 to 4 days, at max 5 days. Okay, if it is stored in fridge or refrigerator and all, it can you can have it even after 5 days or 3 days, right? uh, at max you can have at least for 3 to 4 days. At max it is 3 to 4 or 5 days. Okay, this is the answer. And let's move on to the other one. This is packed biscuits. Okay, as I said, how long does it last? It can last for a few weeks, right? Few weeks. Agreed? Yes. This is packed biscuits. Okay, packed or packaged biscuits. So these are packaged biscuits. How long does it last? It lasts for a few weeks. Agreed? Okay, let's move on to the other one. What was the other one? The gold biscuits, right? How long does it last? It lasts for generations. If you want to keep it for generation, your next generation can experience, or if you want your next generation to use this, you can keep it forever, right? If your day-to-day activity depends upon how long it lasts, buying and selling a stock is also depends upon how long you can hold it, right? Based on your time frame or the holding capacity or the time horizon for which you are holding, we categorize the types of trading into four different types. One is day trading. Okay, the second is swing trading, the third is positional, and the fourth one is long term, right? So if you are buying a and selling a stock within a day, uh, then it is called as day trading. It is also termed as intraday trading. Okay, what intraday trading is? You buy and sell a stock within a day. The best example which I gave is the ice cube, right? Ice cube. It can last for from minutes to hours. So the same goes. If your trade lasts for minutes to hours within that day, then it is called as intraday trading or day trading. I think this is very clear to you now. If you are buying or selling that stock within a day, then it is called intraday trading. How long does it last? It can last from minutes to hours. Best analogy which I gave here is ice cube, right? Now the second one, if your trade lasts from a day to several days, right, then it is called swing trading. The example which I gave is your cupcake, right? It can last from one day. If you, if you are not eating it, you can keep it for at least 2 to 3 days or 4 days. The same thing, if you are buying a stock today and holding it for next 3 or 4 days, or maybe a week, 7 days, then it is called as swing trading. Okay. Some people also term this as short term trading. Okay. Okay. So this, the best example which I gave is the cupcake and the previous slides. And coming to the next one is positional. If your trade, if you're buying a stock today and holding it for several weeks to several days, right, then it is called positional. Did you see that biscuit example? Packed biscuits can last for weeks, right? So then it is called positional trading. Got it? And the gold biscuits, which is your long term, the next generation can also use it, and that is long term. If your trade lasts from several weeks to several months to several years, or generations can experience and hold that, then it is called long term. And some people, I missed that. Okay, I missed why some people term this positional also as medium term. Okay, medium term, and this is also called as long term trading or long term investing. Okay, this is also called investing, long term investing. Okay, so based on your trading uh, capacity or holding capacity, or the time horizon you hold the trade, we categorize the trades, right? One is called intraday, where you buy and sell the stocks within a day. The trade can last for minutes till hours. Then it is called intraday. Okay, simple. And the second type of trading is, if you are buying a stock, if you are buying a stock today and holding it for next few days. Okay, focus on this next few days. Okay, if you are buying a stock today and holding it for next few days, then it is called as swing trading, or also it is also called as short term trading. And there is the third type of trading, that is, if you are buying a stock, holding it for several weeks or several days, greater than 7 days or 10 days or 15 days, 1 month, right, then it is called as positional trading. It is also called as medium term trading. And the fourth type of trading is called as long term trading or long term investing. More often it is called long term investing. Okay, not long term trading. It is more often called as long term investing. That is called, if your trade lasts from several weeks to several months to several years, right, then it is called as long term. Basically, long term investment doesn't speak about weeks and months, weeks and days. uh, it lasts for several months to several weeks. Okay, so that's called as long term investing. I hope this is very clear. How, what are the types of the trading styles we have, what are the different trading types we have in trading. Okay, so this is very clear. If you don't understand, just correlate with the example. For short, for intraday, it's ice which melts within few minutes to few hours. uh, for swing trading, it is your cake or the cupcake. It can last for 3 to 4 days, so your trade can last to from 3 to 4 days. Positional is your packed biscuits, which we often see, which last from several days to several weeks, right? uh, if your trade is lasting from several days to several weeks, then it is called as positional. And the third one, and the fourth one, which is last, which is called long term investing, which can last from several weeks to several months to several years, right? The best example is the gold, right? Gold biscuits. So that being said, I hope I have made you understand what different types of trading in much better way, right? Moving on to our next slide, which is what is the best time frame to trade? That's a question most often asked. Uh, in the previous slide, I explained there are four different types of trading. How on what time horizon should we trade? What is the best time frame for each of the trades? Right, each of the types which we are trading. That's the next question you should ask. Well, there's as such there's no best time frame. Okay, just if you are seeing somewhere there's um, if you are getting fooled that there's a best time frame, this is the best time frame, I'll teach you the best time frame and all. There's a myth. Okay, there's no as such there is no best time frame. Had there been a best time frame, entire world, entire universe would have been trading on that time frame, right? They would have made profit out of it. So as such, there is no best time frame. It all depends upon your trading style, your holding capacity, and your risk appetite. Okay. So all these, there are many factors which decide which is the best time frame which suits you, which suits your personality. Okay. So just don't get fooled by if someone is saying that I'll teach you the best time frame. There's nothing. There's no time. There is no thing as called as best time frame. Okay, everything depends upon your personality and your trading style. Okay, so that's being said, but what we can derive from the time frame is what is the practice, best practice. If you are trading intraday, what is the best practice you have to follow? Okay, we will not find the best time frame, but we'll find the best practice which should be followed if you are doing uh, different types of trading. Okay, if you are doing intraday, what is the best practice which one should follow so that uh, you are aligned with your trading style? Okay, so we will not discuss what the best time frame is. uh, if you are saying that that was a gimmick, no, that was not gimmick. It was only to make you understand that when you next time when you see that there's a best time frame on YouTube, or somebody who's some trainer or somebody uh, uh, who's telling that I'll teach you the best time frame where you can make maximum money, then definitely it's just don't get trapped by this. Okay, there's nothing as such as the best time frame. It's always depends upon your personality and your trading style. Okay, had there been a best time frame, then everybody would have jumped onto that time frame and would have made money, right? So entire universe would be trading on that, but that doesn't happen, right? So it depends upon your style, your personality, your risk appetite, your holding capacity, right? All those factors come in. So what we are discussing today, we are discussing something, what is the best practice, best time frames. What we are discussing today is the best practices. Okay, you should follow while taking the trade based upon the trader you are. If you are an intraday trader, what is the best practice, practice you have to follow in order to align uh, with the professional traders? Okay, let's say let's moving on to the next slide, that is if your personality is something. Okay, if you want to be an intraday trader. Okay, so if you want to be an intraday trader, then what is the time horizon you'll choose? uh, right, what is the time horizon you'll choose? That is decided. Okay, if you are an intraday trader, so you'll choose the time frame such as 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes, not more than that, right? So if you want to trade an intraday, then you'll go to 5 minutes time frame, or 3 minutes time frame. Okay, or 10 minutes, even 10 minutes is there, but I don't prefer that. Some people trade even 10 minutes, or even some people take 2 minutes, 1 minute. Okay, but it all depends upon your choice, your personality. If you go by my trading style, if you practice my trading style, then I would prefer 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes. Okay, you have to initiate your trade based on the analysis of these time frames. Okay, so coming to the higher time frame. Okay, what are these higher time frame? When we do our resistance zones and support zones, we'll discuss what this higher time frame zones are. For now, you just understand that if there is any blockers when you are taking the trade, those blockers should be found out in higher time frames, such as if you are trading in 3 minutes, then the blockers should be blockers to your price movement should be seen in 15 minutes. Okay, if you are trading at 5 minutes, then your blocker should be seen in 30 minutes. Okay, if you are trading in 15 minutes, your blocker to your price movement should be seen in 60 minutes. Okay, this is the best practice you can follow. Okay, if you are doing an intraday trade. Okay, this is what I wanted to convey. As I said, there's no best, it is all your personality. Coming to the next slide, what are the time frame you have to choose if you are a swing trader, right? If you are a swing trader, then best if you are a swing trader, then the best time frame, I would not say the best time frame, the practice you'd take your trades. If you are a swing trader, then the best practice would be you take your trades on 60 minutes or even 30 minutes. Okay, uh, 120 minutes, that is 2 hours, or 240 minutes, that is your 4 hours. Okay, if you are taking your trades on 60 minutes, then the blocker to your price should be seen in 240 minutes, that is 4-hour chart. Okay, if you are taking the trades on 120 minutes or 240 minutes, that is 2 hours and 4 hours respectively, then you have to see your blockers at daily chart. Okay, blockers are, have you seen what, then you are questioning, if you are questioning what these blockers are, don't worry. When you're going on a road, right, you see the speed breakers. What does they do? The speed breakers and traffic people will put that hoardings to stop you, right? So the same way, whenever the price is moving in one direction, there are certain blockers. Where do you see those blockers? Those blockers are seen in the higher time frame. So uh, how do you see? If you are trading at 60 minutes, the blocker should be seen in 4-hour chart. If you are trading 2 hours or 4-hour chart, then the blocker should be seen in a daily chart. Okay, I hope this is clear. The same goes to the other trading style as well. If you are doing a positional trade, okay, if you are doing the positional trade, where you are taking the trade, you will be taking the trades in daily or weekly. Okay, and what are the blockers for your price? You'll see in weekly and monthly. Okay, so I hope this is clear. This, just make a note of all this. If you are feeling that, make a note of it, how it is done. And when you are practicing or when you start trading, depending upon your style, you can choose this best practices. Okay, if you are doing the long term, you will be trading in weekly or monthly, and the blockers will be seen in monthly chart. If you are doing a analysis or trading on weekly, you'll see your blockers in monthly chart. And if you are trading on monthly chart, then you'll see your blockers in quarterly. Okay, I think I have covered enough in this video to make you understand what chart is. Okay, how to draw a line chart, and what we have learned. We also learned based on the time frame, what are the different types of trading styles, which is intraday, positional, swing, and long term. Okay, and we also learned the best practices. The best practices, if you are doing type of the trading, if you are doing the intraday, your trading time frame would be 3 minutes or 5 or 15, and your price blockers would be seen in higher time frame, that is 15 and 1 hour, and mm, sorry, 15, 30, and uh, 60 minutes, right? So the same goes with the swing trading as well. If you are trading on 1 hour or 2 hour or 4 hours, then corresponding higher time frame should be seen for the price blockers. And the same goes with the positional and the long term as well. Okay, so I think this is very clear to you guys. I think you'll practice this, the best practices which are most of the professional traders practice this when they are seeing that price movements. I hope you also practice that and align with those practices and make yourself comfortable reading those charts. Okay, so that being said, we come to our last topic, uh, which is our next common terminologies in the trading world. You often hear this. Most of the analysts or TV analysts are making that I am bull, I am bear, I am bullish, I am bearish, right? All these terminologies, what does it mean? It means to say that whenever you are taking a trade, what are their views and the positions what they have. Okay, so when you often hear what is a bull, the first question is what is a bull. A bull is an optimistic guy. Okay, he thinks that the price might go up. Whenever he is making that statement, he's making the statement based on the time horizon he has in mind. They will always say that I am bullish for next few days, I am bullish or I am bull. So bull, just for understanding, bull is a guy who's optimistic. He thinks that the price in the future might go up, right? So if he's whenever he's making the statement, from that moment for the next few days or few hours or few weeks or few months, he's thinking that the price from the current price it might move to the higher price. That is called as bull. Okay, or the view is called bullish. Okay, the if the view is of the type that the price in the future might go up, then it is called as bullish view, or that person is called as a bull, having a person with a bull view. Okay, there is another type of view that is called bear. What is a bear? The bear is a pessimistic view where the person thinks that whatever price today or the current moment, in the next few moments or the next few days, coming days, the price may fall to the lower price than what it is now, right? Bear is a pessimistic person or pessimistic guy who thinks that the price might fall from the current price in the upcoming days or upcoming hours. Okay, so whenever you are making the statements based on the view, it is with respect to the time frame or the time horizon. You should always keep that time horizon, right? If you are saying that I'm bullish on something, you should also say that I'm bullish for next few days or next few hours or next few minutes, right? So whenever you're taking a view, it is with respect to the time horizon. And with that, I would also like to tell that technical analysis, the forecasting is done only based on the uh, uh, time frames. Okay, time horizon. You should, whenever you are making a forecasting a price, then you should always keep the time horizon in mind, apart from the price volume indicators, whatever you are seeing, data, whatever you're saying. But the time horizon gives you the clear picture. That's forecasting, right? When you're forecasting, let's say the best example is forecasting is the weather. The weather report says for next few days we are expecting rain in so and so places, right? That's forecasting. The same way, the price, whenever you're saying about the price forecasting, you are saying that the price might go up, then you also have to tell the time horizon for next few days or next few months or next few years. I am expecting the price to go up or go down. Okay, so if you are thinking that your view is that the whatever current price it is, if it is going up from the current price, then you are having a bullish view, or you are also termed as this is also termed you are a bull. Okay, the other way around is whatever current price it is, your view is of the opinion that the price might fall in the future, then it is called as bearish view. Or you also have the person is also termed as a bear. Okay, for that time horizon whatever he is choosing. So I hope this is clear. What is a bull? What is a bull? A bull is one, he expects the price to go up in the future. Okay, what is a bear? Is a pessimistic person. He expects, he knows the reality. He thinks that the price is overvalued. Okay, he thinks in the future the price might fall. Okay, the whenever you're taking this bull or bear, it is respect to the view of the price. Okay, there's another term which is often confused, is uh, long and short. Okay, bull and bear is with respect to the view what you have for the price. Okay, bull says that the price might go up. Okay, bear says that the price goes down in future. Okay, but the other terminology which often confuses is going long and short. Okay, what is long? Long is always uh, long or short is always spoken in the context of the position. Okay, what position your trading positions you have in your based on your view. Okay, if your view is bullish, then you will be going long position. Okay, long position is the position of the trade what you are taking. If you are taking a long position, that means that you are buying first. Okay, you'll buy first when you are expecting the price to move up, and when it goes from beyond your buying price, you are expecting the price to go up, and when it goes beyond your buying price, then you'll sell it. Okay, so first you'll buy and then you'll sell in long. Okay, whereas in short, you expect the market to fall. Okay, so first you'll sell. Okay, you'll take a sell position, and then when it falls beyond your selling price, you'll buy back. Okay, this is called short position. So just to summarize, bull is a view, bull or bear is a view. Okay, is a view, whereas long or short is always spoken in context of the trade positions. Okay, in long, first you'll buy and then you'll sell. Okay, whereas in short, first you'll sell and then you'll buy. Okay, you understand this? So I hope I have cleared all the basic things which are required for trading. Okay, in this session. So I have covered most of the things which can cement your base properly in upcoming days. So just don't confuse with the bull or bearish. Okay, whenever okay, what is a bull? Bull is a view. Okay, bull is a view. The bull thinks, or the if you are having a bull, if you are a bull or if you are having a bullish view, then you think that the price is lower today and you are expecting the price to go higher in the next few days. Okay, okay, next few days you're thinking the price will go higher. Okay, what is bear? Bear is thinking that if you are a bear, or if you are having a bearish view, then you are thinking whatever price is it is trading today is higher and it might fall in the future. Okay, this is your view. What is long? Long is the position. Okay, if you are bull, I mean it's a position. In position, in what you are, long is a position. Long or short is always spoken with respect to the position you take in the trade. Long, what you do, you first you buy. Okay, and sell second. Okay, whereas in short, first you will sell and you buy afterwards. Okay, this is the position which you are taking. When you go long, so when you have a bullish view, you will go long. Okay, when you have a bearish view set, then you'll go short. Okay, this is basic. You understand this? You often see these terms used in the market. So just wanted to make sure that you understand this and don't get that confusion. What is a bull or bear? So you'll just to summarize, if you are a bullish or you have a bull view, then you'll first buy, right? So in bull view, what is a bull view you have? Bull view, if you are bullish now, then you are thinking that the price is lower today and in the future it might go up, right? So what you'll do, you'll first buy and sell at higher price. So you're going long, right? What does the long position say? It says you're first buying and selling it next, right? So if you are having a bearish view, then you are saying that the price is higher today and in the future it will fall. So whatever high price it is, you'll first sell and you'll buy back when it falls lower. You're making profit out of this margin, right? So in long year, so when you are having a bearish view, then you'll go for short. Whenever you are having a bullish then you'll go for long positions. Okay, bull and bear as a view, and long and short is the position which you take in the market. So that being said, I have covered enough in this video. I hope I have answered all of your basic questions what you had, basic terminologies. What we have learned in this video, we learned what different types of charts what we learned in this video. I think I have answered all your basic questions in this video. I have uh, explained you what chart is, how to draw a chart. We learned how to draw a line chart based on your holding and trading capacity or trading style. We categorize the trading into different types, that is day, intraday, swing position, and long term uh, investing. After that, we covered some of the basic of best time frames which are practiced by professional traders. What is the time frame we have to take for intraday, positional swing, and long term? We have to practice those time frame, and then we moved on to some common terminologies. What is bull? What is a bear? What is a bull view, or what is a bullish view or bearish view? And then we explained about what is a long position and a short position. Okay. I also said that when you are having the view, then you should say that is a bullish or a bearish view. When you are taking the positions, or that whenever you're taking the trading position, then it is called as long view, long position, or the sell positions, right? So that being said, I have covered enough in this session. I think I have made you understand some of the basics. I'm trying my best to make you understand it the simplest way. I hope it is clear for you guys. uh, uh, I hope you like this video, and I also hope that if you are thinking that the content which I'm making is worth enough, please do like it. Please do subscribe this channel so that you'll get more of this educational videos in upcoming days. So that being said, this is CP signing off. I'll catch you in the next video with another interesting topic.